All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining the all-new season of AIWF Mid Atlantic Wrestling. I am Mr. 123. I'm joined by Commissioner Mike Young Guns and Rick Diesel. We're back again for another season.
We are. We're back again for another season, and they have actually graciously asked Rick Diesel to bring a little class and sophistication and flash to the show. Not just a flash.
I don't know
Never
about
just
class
a flash.
and sophistication.
It's Diesel flash. This is like lighting a firecracker and sticking it in your mouth flash.
Lord have mercy.
And ladies and gentlemen, let me apologize. I am a bit under the weather today. So
What does that mean? Under the weather.
I'm sick, okay?
I've never seen weather that would be under you.
But
Because weather's like in the sky, so unless you're in an airplane, you're always under the weather, no matter what. I don't understand what that
true,
means.
but having to do this new season with Rick Diesel, hey, you know, it does kind of make me nauseous. But hey,
Safety pin.
found you good. You found a safety pin. We're out here at Hillsville, Virginia, at R&M Promotions, the all-new AIWF Mid Atlantic studio. Mr. Young Guns, what's on
That's
your
how we
mind today?
keep up with
Well-
time, so we know when to take commercial breaks.
Well, Mr. 123, I'd like to take a minute here just to thank some of our sponsors that we have this season. We have Swap Shop Gun and Pawn right here in Galax, Virginia. And let me tell you, if you need a firearm, they're a place to go. And they also have used cars.
Awesome, awesome.
And, no, not those kind of guns, like real guns.
I got my guns at Swap Shop Gun and Pawn.
But I'd like to also thank Red Roof Inn in Hillsville, Virginia. They are the official
They give us
hotel.
water. Thank you, Red Roof Inn.
Thank you.
They are the official hotel of Red Roof Inn. All of our big name wrestlers stay there every time they come down. They provide us with cold, refreshing water. And, yeah.
Red Roof Inn, the official hotel of AIWF Mid Atlantic Wrestling. Whenever there's a big show in town and there's a name, Red Roof Inn is where you want to go hang out in the parking lot to see them so they can tell you to shut up and get out of their face.
And Tanya will be there. And
That's right off of Interstate 77 on exit 14.
That's right.
I had that road on my hand.
Sure you did. And
my God.
thank you to King's Hot Dogs. Aaron's, we love King's. We all love King's Hot
I
Dogs.
seen Jeff. Now, this may date the show a little bit, but I seen Jeff. Me and my daughter was in Lowe's Hardware in Mount Airy the other day, and I seen Jeff. I thought he was homeless, but he was working around the house, so that's why he was dressed like that. But if you want a damn good hot dog, you go to King's Hot
Yes.
Dogs in Rural Hall.
Hey, that's something we agree on. Finally, we agree on
Yeah.
something.
And Aaron's Rental.
Yes.
They always provide us with a big screen TV.
And Aaron's, this is in Mount Airy, but Aaron's in where?
In Whitfield.
Whitfield, Virginia
Yes.
has come on board with us now, and they're
Yes.
going to be helping us with the upcoming Ivanhoe shows, which by the time you see this, it may or may not have been up to our first one, but future Ivanhoe shows, we're hoping to continue our working relationship.
Exactly.
Why am I being so nice?
I don't know why you're being so
It's
nice,
kinda
but
scary.
September 23rd, Ivanhoe, Relay for Life. Come out and see the stars of AIWF Mid Atlantic Wrestling.
And we're hoping this airs before that.
We hope it does. If it doesn't, well,
If it don't, well,
I do apologize if it doesn't air before then. But, you know, got to get my moment in, so
But yeah, we've got a lot of superstars coming out for that. It's going to be awesome.
it is. And it's a benefit for Relay for Life,
Relay
Will
for
County
Life.
Relay for Life.
And Curves in
Curves,
Louisville
yes,
is
Curves.
on board as one of the major sponsors.
Main sponsor of the show, yes, yes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a commercial break and we'll be right back with you.
Hey, Buggy Wuggy, you look like yourself.
It's been a long day, brother.
You want your usual?
Let me have my usual, baby.
There you go.
Thank you, bro.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to AIWF Mid Atlantic Wrestling. As I said before, I'm joined again by Rick Diesel and Commissioner Mike Young Guns.
let's talk wrestling.
Let's talk wrestling.
We're going to talk wrestling a little bit, and we got, what's our main event match for today?
Main event match is thank you to All Star Wrestling for having us. We have Jeff X versus Liam Cross for the AIWF World Cruiserweight title. And there is some major issues going on between those two guys.
Well, that's coming up later on today.
Yes,
right?
it is.
We'll
It is
talk
coming.
about that later. What else we got to talk about?
We have, as I said before,
I think I'm
Ivanhoe.
doing a lot of writing. I don't write stuff down.
Ivanhoe coming up September 23rd, just over the hill here in Wythe County.
Yeah.
Atkins, Virginia, October the 7th.
What's
And
going on? What's the deal with Atkins?
Atkins.
That's just our regular Atkins show.
And it's
right?
just
I mean,
a
it's
regular
just
Atkins. Atkins, AIWF Mid Atlantic.
Times a year we go to
Yes.
Atkins. We're at the Atkins Fire Department.
Yes, we do.
I think we're there, what, 3 or 4 times a year?
They're
Twice a year.
Twice
But now there's an extra couple of shows
There
out
is,
in that
yeah.
area this year.
Yeah.
There
That's
is.
going to be some fundraisers.
Yes. And Atkins, we always a huge live crowd out there.
God, yeah,
always.
get your tickets early.
Hey, get them early.
Speaking of tickets, R&M Promotions is the ticket master for all AIWF shows. To get your advance tickets, you go to www.rnmpromoskin.com, click on tickets, or click on AIWF. You can pay with a credit card or PayPal.
And get your reserve tickets.
Reserve
right now.
tickets.
And October 28th, the 20th anniversary of Fright Night.
20. You know,
20
do you know I've
years.
been to every one of those?
We know
Yeah,
you've been to every.
You're
Which
just
is
old.
probably why they've lasted so long.
Well,
Oh, Lord.
Hey, how many other people can say they've been to all of them? Then I have
True.
every right to say I'm the reason it's lasted so
and
long.
we know Rick Diesel. We all know how Rick Diesel is. And he could be right. But 20 years. Thank you
Wow.
to the AIWF fans.
Well, it being 20 years, I wonder how many different costumes we could get out in the crowd for it being a Fright Night.
I hope. Well, that's one thing I've always liked about Fright Night is people will dress up.
Yes, they will.
They will dress up for Halloween, and this year it's the 28th, which is just like 3 or 4
Yes.
days
It's
before
like,
Halloween.
Kids
So-
can come out dressed up, and parents come out dressed up. All the fans dressed up as crazy
Yes.
zombie apocalypse out there in the crowd. That'd
Or
be
their
kind of cool.
or their favorite wrestling
Yeah.
character.
If you got a goofy, fuzzy vest, you could dress up like Rick Diesel.
And who wouldn't want to do that?
And a hat with it says "Shut up, Big Mouth."
Well, at least he's not a big deal.
But at least he's talking about himself with his hat there. But
But the big thing about Fright Night this year is, once again, the AIWF Mid Atlantic has come up with a total new concept for a match.
yet
Oh
again,
man, the Stairway to Hell match. Holy cow. That's going to be action-packed. That
Yes.
is some kind of crazy. We're going to have 3 AIWF Hall of Famers judging this match.
And so far, from what I understand, Chuck King has
Yes.
already signed on.
Oh,
yes,
wow.
Chuck King.
Has already signed on to be I seen that in your notes.
Yes.
Has already signed on to be a judge for that match. Sin Crowley and Kevin Phoenix in. Okay, let me see if I can break this down. From what I understand, it's 3 matches in one.
Yes.
Yep.
The first stage of the match is a
Street fight.
right?
All
Yes.
weapons, anything
Anything
goes.
goes.
You get points for pinfalls, high-risk moves, making the opponent bleed in round 2.
Now, I seen an interesting question somebody brought up on Facebook the other day. If somebody bleeds in round 1,
Yes.
does that null and void round 2? And from what I understand, no, it does
It does
not.
not.
You get extra
No.
points if you make them bleed in the other rounds.
So I'm assuming that what they have to do is if you bleed and if somebody gets busted open in the first round, then I would strongly suggest that you figure out a way, Crowley or Phoenix, figure out a way to stop that blood before the
Yes.
bell for the second round rings, and then you better hope that wound don't get reopened in round
Exactly.
2, right?
It's a street
Yeah,
fight.
yeah.
Right.
The first round is a street fight, so there's going to be all kinds of weapons.
Right.
Oh, man. And from what I've seen with these two before in other matches,
They don't like each other.
no, and there's
Period.
no telling what's going to come out.
The
I mean,
AIWF Mid Atlantic
the-
title is on the line.
And
True.
remember
Very
that
true.
the casket match we had, I mean, there was a ball bat wrapped in barbed wire.
Yes.
For
Now-
that. Now imagine a street fight where they can use anything.
Exactly. And the fact that, keep in mind, if they make it through the street fight and the first blood match, the final, well, they got to make it through. I mean, this
Yeah.
whole thing goes, man,
Yeah.
the pinfalls count as points, but they don't end the match.
No.
So, and the third round of this match is an inferno match, and the way you win that match is set your opponent on fire.
There's no rules. The winner is whoever has the highest points at the 3 rounds. I tell you what, I'm kind of worried about that match. It's going to get crazy.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I mean,
it's real old school AIWF. This is the way things were done back in the 90s.
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember I was there. Reggie was in the crowd.
Yes, I was.
So,
yes, I was.
We remember a lot about the 90s. This is really a throwback for the 20th anniversary of Fright Night, because Fright Night was back in the 90s was a very hardcore event. And so this is kind of a throwback to it.
Yes.
We'll talk more about Fright Night in the upcoming shows, I'm sure.
Yeah, so, stay tuned for the rest of that. I mean, we've got more to come on that.
And awesome weekend at Surry County Fair.
Oh, my word. We were
There's
pulling
people everywhere.
Yeah.
I eat, God almighty, I ate 8 pounds.
Here we go.
8
With chili
pounds
cheese
it had
fries.
to be of chili cheese fries. I ain't never been so clogged up in my life.
And still did not shut up.
No.
Jesus.
He
But-
8 pounds of chili cheese fries and his mouth was still running.
I'm telling you. But, I mean, I was, standing in the ring announcing, and I could see people coming from the Ferris wheels and everything
Yes,
over there to
yes.
see AIWF hit.
Yes.
I mean, it was crazy.
Well, also keep in mind that the Surry County Fair has, they have booked AIWF wrestling going forward for every
Yes,
year.
Yes,
Yeah, we've
they
got
going
our
forward.
tenure. We've got our tenure there. We're going to be at the Surry County Fair every year. So,
Expected at least one weekend.
yeah.
And at the fair shows, we had some special guests from Pure Pro Wrestling. Jimmy Love was down on Friday night.
There's a lot of stuff going on with AIWF Mid Atlantic Pure Pro here.
It is. I'm hearing some rumors, but
Well, and also there at Pure Pro, you still got that battle going on with Jimmy Love and the Simple Man, Jeff Flowers.
Jeff Flowers, yeah.
Those
He
two-
is simple.
he is simple, but he's also the new Pure Pro Wrestling Southeastern champion.
Yeah,
He did defeat Aubrey Wright.
yeah. I mean, those two have been battling it out for a while here.
He going to defend that title in southeastern West Virginia, mostly.
I don't know if he's going to defeat Southeastern West Virginia, but
That's where he'll get a
but
big crowd, I'm
He
sure.
come to Mount Airy during the fair, on Friday night of the fair shows, and he was gold hungry that night because he come after Ty Tyson for the Virginia heavyweight title.
Yeah, he actually won a shot to it.
He won a shot. He earned his shot
Yeah.
Well,
at Ty Tyson.
Here's the thing about the fair, and I heard that there was somebody that had a few negative comments about the fair show. Some promoter on welfare up in West Virginia or something like that, or Virginia, I'm not sure. But anyway, here's the thing about the fair that a lot of people don't realize is the fair shows every year for AIWF Mid Atlantic invites guys in to have a good time.
Yes. Yes.
They do it outside. The fair puts us where they need us to be.
Yes.
And there's not a lot of lighting. I
There's
agree.
not.
There's not. Somebody said
There's
something
not.
about the lighting, but there's not. But when you're just doing a show just for the hell of it, and you're having a good time.
Yes.
You don't get into those details.
Right. It's about the crowd that's there to watch the show.
And,
Exactly.
the crowd that was there, I mean, those
But they loved it. The
Yeah.
crowd loved it.
They
That's
loved
what
We had our
matters.
real loyal fans. Plus, I think we grabbed a hold of some new fans. I mean, the kids were going
The
ballistic.
kids had a great time, and that's what it's all about. Is everybody coming out and having a good
That's
time.
what the fair's for.
It is.
It kicks off. The fair actually kicks off the new season of AIWF
It does.
Mid Atlantic, because Deal with the Steel ends the season every year,
Yes.
and the fair kicks off the
Yes.
new season.
And that's why I've got to be here with you again for another season. But we
I
had
love
fun.
it, though.
We had fun last season.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I tell you, we had some good shows last season.
We did.
I gotta ask you guys. Now I know we're getting off on another subject, but I gotta ask this. This has been something that I've been seeing on the internet, and I want y'all's opinion on this. All right? Okay. Everybody knows Damian Wayne. You know where I'm going with this. I'm sure you've seen it. This has been tearing
That's
Facebook
former
up.
AIWF World Champion.
Former
Damian
AIWF
Wayne.
World Champion Damian Wayne posted something on Facebook the other day about, who was it? Lenny Stratton's
Yes. And his
Wife?
Nicole Payne. Yes.
doing a GoFundMe to try. I don't even know where they were trying to get to, but I'm assuming it was somewhere.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes. Yes.
But there was somebody, and I don't know the whole story, but I see Damien's point about this. But from what I understand, there was somebody had done a GoFundMe that
They
they
had.
could try to raise money to get to a show.
Yes.
my.
And it
So-
was a weekend of shows, as a matter of fact. And someone had mentioned lost wages for being out of work.
Then don't stay out of work for it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, this is,
Or plan it as your freaking vacation.
Exactly.
You know?
I've actually done that once.
Plan
before, but-
plan your vacation around it. If that's is that important, you plan your vacation around it. Don't try to get. And I agree with Damien, and I know there's a lot of back and forth between this, but I have to agree with Damien because I've always been the type of person that I can't stand somebody who overcharges for a booking.
Exactly,
I
exactly.
can't. I've been doing this for 30 years. Matter of fact, I started training 30 years ago this
Yes.
year. And I've been with AIWF for going on 26 years.
Yes.
So I know a little bit about this business.
Just a little bit. Yeah.
And these guys who go out here, and since the dawn of YouTube and Facebook, it's made it so much worse. Those guys that get out here and they think they can do a few Facebook videos, and all of a sudden they're freaking superstars because their mom, their girlfriend,
Right.
and their first cousins watch it 15 times and run the hits
right.
up. So they think, oh God, I'm a big superstar, so I need $100 to travel, an hour and a half.
Right.
Because, but my opinion is, I agree with Damien. You don't beg the fans for money.
Right.
no.
You
not
don't
at
do
all.
that if you can't. And I posted this on my Facebook.
Yeah, we saw it.
You saw it.
We all saw it.
If it's not your job, it's your hobby.
It is.
And if you have to have a job to support your hobby, you'll never be good enough to call it your job
Right.
as long as you're still having a job. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Yeah.
And
until
we
it
all-
becomes your job, it's still your hobby.
And we all love professional
Ridiculous.
wrestling.
Yeah,
we
we
love
do.
professional wrestling. But something else big happened this week. And keep in mind, we're here on a Thursday morning, Hillsville, Virginia. Okay. Something else happened big this week. Starcade
Starcade.
returning to
Yes.
Greensboro.
Ah.
Thanksgiving. Okay.
Aw.
The fan and all of us is coming out here. Okay.
Yes.
Starcade.
Now, let me tell you something. There's a controversy around this too.
There is.
So y'all go ahead. I'll let y'all talk this
The
time.
names on Facebook about that are
Where-
ridiculous.
what-
I don't know.
Where does he go?
I don't know. Yeah, I think he's got to go fluff his vest.
Or something, I don't know. But Starcade, it was announced this week. Starcade returns to Greensboro, and not a lot's been said about Starcade. However, the Rock and Roll Express will be there.
That's right.
I've heard that.
Ricky Steamboat.
And the Hardy Boys and Ricky Steamboat.
the Hardy Boys. Huh?
Well,
Yes.
now the Hardy Boys have really, when you want to talk about Starcade, now here's the thing, once again, I've heard a lot of controversy about Starcade. This time around.
Yes.
About when it's coming, and I see both sides. I always try to look at both sides, even though one of them I probably don't care about. But my side of this whole thing is Starcade, since the 80s,
Yes.
was run either on Thanksgiving night or during
Yes.
that time of Thanksgiving.
Right.
So them putting Starcade in Greensboro on Thanksgiving weekend was a given. There's no other time to do that
There
show.
is.
You
There
can't.
is.
There's really
There
no
is.
other venue to do that
No.
show. And nothing against anybody else, but if this works, I hope they bring Starcade back to Greensboro every
year.
year
Yes.
on Thanksgiving
Yes.
because it was the biggest
Absolutely.
show Jim Crockett ever done.
It was.
It was the pinnacle of Jim Crockett Promotions.
Yes.
And it was the greatest. It was the greatest show on earth at the time.
Yes.
So unless WWE screws this up royally, which they have been known to do,
True.
Yeah, well,
I think this could be a great thing.
yeah.
And then again, it may just be a one-time thing. Who knows? And then again, Vince could have said, "Hey, let's go screw with somebody." I don't know. All I care about is the wrestling fan inside of me
Exactly.
is excited that Starcade is coming home.
Yes.
And I
That's it.
hope and pray to God they do it right.
Yeah, because like I said, I mean, I've seen some of the names that are popping
Yes.
up on that, over and over again on Facebook. The Phenomenal one's going to be there.
AJ Styles.
You
Yes.
know, like you said, the Rock and Roll Express, and everybody knows that's going to be a party from the minute go.
And the old school fan in me, as soon as I see Ricky Steamboat and
Oh, yeah.
Rock and Roll Express,
Come on
of course,
now.
I love the 80s, the early 90s. That's
Oh, yeah.
that's my genre.
Well,
of
we
wrestling.
had Ricky Morton
Here in Hillsville?
Here in Hillsville at the Thunderdome.
Yes.
And the fan in me came out so much I could barely even announce him in the ring. I mean, so that kind of stuff is exciting, especially for a fan and somebody who works with professional wrestling on a day-to-day. It doesn't matter. I mean, when you're a fan, you're a fan. And that stuff comes out, man. You get excited.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll take another commercial break and we'll be right back.
We're gonna have some Red Roof water.
Brian Vickers, Aaron's sponsored driver. He doesn't just love racing, he lives it.
We got the paper! Woo!
His pit crew follows him everywhere. Oddly, so does his boss.
Right, find that. Woo-hoo!
And his passion for racing is rivaled only by his passion for errands.
No credit needed. I'll take it.
Congrats.
Errands makes owning easy through lease ownership, so you can own the life you want.
Visit us today, 2123 Rockford Street, Suite 250 in the Forest Oaks Shopping Center, Mount Airy, North Carolina, 27030. Or give us a call, 336-783-0600.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to AIWF Mid Atlantic Wrestling. Fans, we want to hear from you. We want to know what's on your mind. What do you want to hear us talk about? What do you want to see us talk about? Let us know. Facebook, YouTube comments. Let us know.
Hit either one of us up
Yeah.
on our Facebook pages or AIWF Mid Atlantic. Go follow or subscribe. What else they do?
On YouTube, you subscribe to
Well,
the
AIWF Mid Atlantic on Facebook.
They like it.
Like it. That's
Like
what.
it.
Like AIWF Mid Atlantic on Facebook and send us a message and what you want us to talk about. Or
Send it-
comment on these videos.
Yeah, let us
Comment
know.
on this video. Send comments to Rick Diesel, Mr. 123, Mr. Young Gun on Facebook. We're all on there. So let us know what you want us to talk about. Give us some ideas. Tell us some things that you've seen that went wrong. Maybe some stuff that I need to diagnose a little bit more. And
Or anything in wrestling. We don't
Yes.
care. We'll talk about WWE or whatever you want to talk about. This is going to be what AIWF Mid Atlantic Wrestling is turning into. Is basically a wrestling talk show. We talk and we give our opinions about, and then we'll have a match every week.
Right.
Ring of Honor. They're
Independence,
oh
let us
my
know.
goodness.
Let us know.
So, what's coming up at R&M Studios?
Well, we got something really cool going on at R&M Promotions. October 20th at 8 o'clock, Sin Crawley, Unpainted and Unplugged. This guy, believe it or
He's
not,
a musician, right?
is a musician. He can sing like you wouldn't believe.
He don't sound like somebody raping a cat, does he?
No,
No,
he
he
actually
actually
sounds good.
he has good
Okay.
sound.
I didn't know.
And he's bringing a buddy with him, and we're going to do it right here in the
It ain't a
studio.
cat, is it?
No.
Okay.
But he's going to be unpainted and unplugged. He's going to do some storytelling. He's going to talk
Because
about...
Sid Crowley, he needs a cat.
No, he doesn't need a cat.
He needs a cat. That man needs a pet cat more than anybody I've ever seen in my life. Because the freaking rats just swarm around him.
Oh, my.
Oh, he's leading into another topic that we don't want to lead into.
But, tickets are going to be on sale at rnmpromoskin.com. They're going to be $5.
He can have a whole cat security
Lord.
team.
God.
You know?
Why do we get him
I
started?
don't know.
He could call it Tom's Cat Security.
The last season I did with him was like his way, and now we
Be
brought
awesome.
you in. We brought you in this season,
And you can't get
and it's not
nothing.
getting any better.
No.
So do your job, make it get better.
Yeah. But $5 for general admission, $10 for VIP. You get to get autographs. He's going to have some of his Sin Crawley stuff out here. But come out and check
He
it
can
out.
open up a cat house.
Listen at him.
And
Yeah.
upcoming events, like I said, Ivanhoe September 23rd.
That's going to be an
About
awesome
Sport
show.
Relay for Life. Atkins October 7th. A Fright Night October 28th. Mount Airy.
We'll talk about them all as we get closer.
You want to hear about more of this stuff? Let us know. But we have a match for you this week.
Yeah, we do.
Now, this match is different, right?
It is different.
I mean, the way we're doing this is different.
Yes, it is.
It don't have commentary like normal wrestling
It
matches.
doesn't.
No,
We're
no.
actually going to watch the match, and
Yes.
we're going to talk about the match, commentate, talk about, discuss the guys in the match,
Yes.
discuss everything about the match, just like we're doing right here, except you'll be watching the match while we're doing it, right?
Yeah.
That's
Exactly.
right. And with this, it's not there's a suplex there, there's a high fly there. It's actually talking about from a fan perspective at some point, about the match to really give our opinion on what's going on in the ring today.
And are we sure we want his opinion?
Sometimes I
You
want it.
definitely want my opinion.
But I tell you, fans, a lot of you guys out there, you own businesses and stuff, and we have an opportunity for you to have your name or your company put around our ring.
And featured
And
on-
attached
and
and
featured.
featured on this show.
You can get a 2 foot by 2 foot square to go around our
ring barrier.
$20 a month. Or
You know, you
30
sure
for
are
three.
doing a lot of battling.
I'm
Why don't
sorry.
you just tell them that you could sponsor AIWF Mid Atlantic TV show and live shows starting at $20 up to around $50 or $60?
Yeah. And, so get your name out there. Be around the ring. You know, AIWF and our cameras are everywhere, so you'll be seen by
contact
hundreds of people.
R&M about,
Yep.
they can hook you up.
And
Well,
he
yeah.
even has a camera now.
Yeah, I know. Did you see that he did with Deal with the Steel?
I saw that,
Oh, my
but-
word.
And
I'm
sometimes
an inventive genius.
sometimes I want to apologize to people for it, but I just
Yeah.
shake my head and walk away.
Yeah, live with Rick Diesel or whatever it was called.
I am a star. Let's go. Are we
go-
ready for
let's
this
get-
match?
let's go to this match.
Let's go to this match.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to AIWF Mid Atlantic Wrestling. We have a special treat for you this week.
Feature match.
Feature match with Liam Cross challenging Jeff X for the AIWF World Cruiserweight title. Brought to us, thank you to All Star Wrestling for allowing us to come out and
Yeah, I
advocate.
started to say because this don't look like a normal AIWF show.
It's not.
I mean, it's
It's
not
not.
our ring.
It's not. We were at Abington, Virginia this past Sunday. As you can see, I was there.
And
Is
these.
that a river over there?
That is a lake behind
Okay,
us.
a lake.
A
Awesome.
lake.
Did you do any fishing?
I did not. I did not get to do any fishing because I had to do some.
No catfishing?
I didn't have to do no catfishing. No nothing. I went out there to do my job.
And, these two right here have been going at it for months now.
I think the Liam Cross Jeff
Whoa.
X.
Oh! Right.
I think the Liam Cross Jeff X feud is it's good. It's good for both these kids.
It is good for both of them, but as we can see, this match is nonstop.
My God.
And
Look at those blows. I mean, he is just putting it to him.
Well, Jeff X is gonna have to. He's gonna have to. This is what he's got to do.
He's
He's
got
the
to.
AIWF World by God Cruiserweight Champion.
he just come off a victory Friday night before that in Tennessee, defeated Jaden Newton for the.
Jaden Newman has been around.
He has
Yes,
been.
he has.
And heard some talk he might be challenged by somebody else out there too.
Well, he's going to Georgia in October.
He is. Yes, he
in
is.
October for
Yes.
the Rage in the Cage show.
Yes.
I don't have the details. That's your job.
I don't
Rage,
have
not
the
mine.
details.
And, Jeff X ain't scared to get in the ring. I mean, look how many
He's
times
not.
he's been in the ring with Ty Tyson.
He is.
Exactly.
And he's got his, oh man, top of the hurting on him, but he keeps on coming.
And as we've seen right there, Jeff is growing
Yeah, he is.
in the ring. He's starting to
and outside the ring, apparently.
exactly.
Well, Jeff X winning this World Cruiserweight title from James Anthony
Yes.
was the biggest feather in his cap of his entire career. And Liam Cross, I got to give Liam Cross credit because he has definitely grew a lot as a competitor since he's come to the AIWF Mid Atlantic.
He
I mean,
has.
he's and he's changed. I've seen him mature a lot
He
in
has
the ring, and he's changed a lot since
He
he's
has
come
changed.
from
And
when he
there's-
first showed up.
He does. He talks a lot about Jeff X being someone who's got a lot more opportunities than he has as well. And there was actually a confrontation before this match between these two guys.
Well,
Is that you was telling me about the interview?
Yes, we were trying to get an interview with Jeff X, and out of nowhere comes Liam Cross.
Well, you know what they do, they edit all this together. That needs to be put in there.
Yeah, that does.
Put that in your notes.
I'm getting on that right now. Edit
And-
video.
and Liam, that's not the first time Liam's interrupted somebody in an interview or, but he talks a big game, but he'll put it to it in the ring too.
He does.
He brings that stick around with him all the time now.
Well, he does. You see, he doesn't have the stick today because I would not allow him to bring that stick today.
Well, I hope somebody's got an EpiPen.
What?
Why do we need an FTP?
Well, because if you'll watch, there's a little fat kid right there on the front row, and I swear to God, I think he's getting ready to have some kind of breakdown.
And I'll leave that one alone.
Right.
But it's
Well, if he starts you'll
It's
see
your
in the
fault.
video.
It's
The
your
video
fault he's
will
here.
come out here
Okay.
shortly, and you'll see this little fat kid on front row. If
Even
he
as
starts
commissioner,
flopping
I
around
can't
on the ground
control
like a
this guy.
fish, somebody needs to stab him with
You
something.
are the commissioner. You
That's
need to
what
do
I'm
something
saying.
about this.
I
But we got
can't-
great action going on here. And again, thank you to All
He
Star
is
Wrestling.
going crazy.
Is he wearing a mask?
He's wearing a mask.
Okay.
But
Well, I'd be ashamed too.
well, we got two guys here, and Liam Cross is pulling out all the stops here. He is, as you can see, he is slowing down the pace of Jeff.
Well, he's gonna have to.
He's gonna have to.
Yeah, because if you let Jeff go, he'll be all over the place. You know,
Right.
Liam does a good job at slowing him down.
Well, that chin lock that Liam Cross has right there is perfect example of what he needs to do. You've got to ground Jeff X. You have got to slow him down because the kid has got some cardio to him.
He does.
He can go.
And Liam does as well, but Liam right there using the hair, and as you see, I'm warning him about it, but he's using the hair to slow
I
down.
find it interesting you
Oh
warn
my
anybody about hair.
Well, that's because he did. Come on, Reggie.
Okay, it's, we know where they're going with this.
I
but
bet you was blistered red.
I was blistered after this, but hey, thank you to All Star Wrestling again for having us. I mean,
There you go.
wow.
Wow.
And dropped Liam right on his head. I was there. I saw it. He dropped him right on his head.
And you see what Jeff X does right there. Even after Liam Cross slowing the match down, it took one move and Jeff X is
It's back
wide
to-
open again.
Back to being Mr. Intensity and going for another cover here.
See, that's the one thing.
Two and a kick out.
That's one thing about those rest holds. Yeah, it's good for the guy who's trying to slow the match down, but keep in mind, if you're not putting the proper hold on your opponent, you're letting him rest too.
Exactly.
Right.
What
Exactly.
you have to do when you put that hold, that rest hold, the rest hold is meant for you, not your opponent. So you have to pick and choose wisely what hold you put on your opponent.
Right? You did a good job right there, Reggie. of
You got to
breaking
rest
that
while
out.
wearing him down.
Yes. But Liam gets back into the corner, and
Well,
keep in mind, it's 87, 88 degrees out there Sunday. These guys are out giving it their all. I know the weather took its toll on me.
oh, there he goes, up and over.
Fisherman suplex.
And
Oh,
bridge pin.
Oh, that's
there.
one thing you guys gonna have to do.
Man.
All right, y'all can't rely on me to know the names of all these moves. So you guys need to start doing some research.
But we'll
Okay.
take care of that.
All right.
My
I'm supposed to be the
main-
color
it's-
man, not the play by
Our name is our main job today is keeping you in control and not have you throwing
There's
stuff.
another chin lock
Rear
trying to
chin lock.
slow him down. But here he goes. He's building it back up.
He's bringing the Jeff X faithful.
That's the crowd is Jeff X's tag team partner in pretty much every
Every
Yeah.
match. And
They're
off the ropes,
his cheering section.
sunset flip, two and a kick out.
He doesn't stop.
And again, rolls him
Oh my God!
He doesn't stop.
off the ropes. Drop kick cuts him off there by Liam Cross. That'll slow Jeff X down for a little while.
Yep, there's the pin. Nope. Two and a
Kick out.
Sometimes I wonder why they call you 1, 2, 3 because you do a whole lot of 1, 2s.
I do a lot of 1-2s, but the crowd at this point in time, like I said, I was there. The crowd is definitely behind Jeff X.
And from what I understand, don't let the camera fool you. There was a crowd.
There was a crowd. There was a lot of people. Keep
Yeah,
it like
you
I
can see
said.
you can see a bunch of them over here in the
They were in the
shade.
shade, and I don't blame them. It was hot.
They might have been down there fishing, Lisa.
They might have been.
Nice leg drop.
Two and a kick out.
Are you gonna have to, I'm telling you, you can't just do a leg drop on Jeff X and get
You
a
can't.
point. Because
You
the
can't.
kid has got so much energy
And
so much
You know,
drive.
Liam's giving him a chance to get up here, which
Yeah, he's gotta stay on.
I think it's a mistake. He's got to stay on.
Looks
But,
like Liam's
uh-oh,
setting him up for
He's
something
setting him
here.
up. Oh no!
Catches him, cuts him off. Look at the quick feet there by Jeff X.
Man, them kicks have got to hurt.
They have to hurt. And both guys down.
But you know, that's why I like watching a lot of the cruiserweights is because they don't just, you know, it's not just knuckle to knuckle.
You know what they need to do?
What?
AIWF Mid Atlantic needs to start a show. And if any of you turds out there hear me say this and steal it from me, I'll know. AIWF Mid Atlantic needs to start a show and then film it. okay?
Uh-huh.
And use wrestlers and it's dancing.
No.
And call it Dancing with Scars.
No. His brain went.
Can you
They're
really,
going to donate his brain to science
Can you
one of these
really
days. But
see
back to the
somebody
action
like-
here. Jeff X, reversal there by Liam Cross. A duck and a miss.
See,
done?
you can tell right there.
Liam
Oh,
Cross
my God.
isn't
The
giving
heat's
up.
got to be taking a toll on
It
these
does.
guys. You see Jeff X is everything he can do to hang on to those
Yeah.
ropes right there.
Monkey
Monkey flip. Good for you, Reggie.
And Liam's taking a break.
Taking it outside, slowing the tempo down.
Wait,
what he's got-
Wait,
oh,
no.
I thought you said you wouldn't let him bring it.
Watch.
Oh my.
Watch.
You know, he's used that on numerous occasions.
He attempts to use it more than once here. But just watch.
Look at you, Reggie, struggling with it.
Hey, it's my job not to allow him to bring in.
What was that?
That was a roll up 1, 2, 3. Matt, there's your
That
winner.
it?
Ladies and gentlemen, you have your winner. And still, AIWF World Cruiserweight Champion.
Oh, no.
Oh!
But Liam
Put
is
it
done.
down.
I'll tell you what, it's
And
Oh.
he's still not done.
What in the world?
And he calls this the kayfabe driver.
Who's this coming in? Is that the wolf?
That is the wolf.
he come out of the woods.
I think so. I wasn't paying
I
attention.
bet he was down at the lake getting a drink.
He probably
He might
he
be,
was.
yeah.
But I wasn't
Probably
paying attention
stalking
to
the
where he
ducks.
come from. But I was sure glad that he come in there, cause
Tell you, he's got the most interesting intro I've ever seen when he comes out of the curtain.
you should have saw him crawl Sunday. He crawled from the dressing room on there. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us here on AIWF Mid Atlantic Wrestling. We will.
We'll be back soon with another
We'll be back
episode.
soon with
How's
another
that?
episode. Yes, there you
How's
go.
that?
So make sure you watch us on YouTube and Facebook.
And go to King's Hot Dogs. Have you go see Jeff
Aaron's.
Harris. Go to Aaron's, get your TV.
Swap shop gun and Paul.
Paul.
Get your gun. And not the guns Rick Daisy was talking about.
That's right.
And make sure you stop at Red Roof Inn and get you a nice hotel room. Those rooms are amazing.
That's right. If you're cheating with your secretary, go to Red Roof Inn.
Oh my.
See you next time, folks.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.